And see, I love college football season so much, but this story brings joy to my soul because last year I made this video and he was going through the same thing last year. Fast forward to this year, I predicted it. He'll go through it every year he's at LSU because he's not the right coach for the SEC. He's not the right coach for that Southern football mentality. Tigers head football coach Brian Kelly will be fired by LSU if not for a $10.5 million recruit. Tigers head football coach Brian Kelly wouldn't last another year at LSU, but probably will because of a 5-star quarterback recruit, Bryce Underwood, who received a $10.5 million NIL offer from Michigan and is on flip watch right now. So that's my first time hearing them say he's on flip watch. And flip watch means at any moment, Bryce can change schools because Michigan is offering him $10.5 million. LSU not going to offer him that. And Bryce is the number one quarterback in the nation, the number one high school quarterback in the country. If Bryce decommits, Brian Kelly will get fired instantly. Underwood's commitment is the only reason he has another year or two at LSU. Now sit back and think about that. This young man, Bryce Underwood, controls his destiny. If Bryce say, I don't want to come to LSU because LSU not ranked right now. They done lost the last 2-3 games. And you got to think about it. The NIL deals have changed football forever. These kids have the world in their hands. These kids can change their mind. They can promise you a commit to your school. And at the last minute, they can decommit. See, the things these players want now is money, and your social media has to be lit. Go look at Colorado. It has to be fun. They posting all day, every day. LSU, they content only goes to TikTok when they winning. When they not winning, you don't see no LSU videos. You don't see them tripping out. You don't see them dancing. But Colorado, they posting every day on the hour. They not missing a day. So that's why you're going to see a lot of players go to Colorado because, hey, they see it's lit. And it's the real deal. They actually winning and having fun. And I'm going to just be honest. LSU is in their losing era. They've been losing since 2000. The last championship was 2019. That's too long for LSU. That's too long for an SEC team. I think Bryce is going to decommit at the last second. I think he's going to decommit. If LSU lose one more game, he's going to decommit because LSU has lost their aura. And he going to feel like that coach is not really going to be there for the 4 years. Coach Kelly has an underachieved and disappointed, but his recruiting class has been ranked high. See, now y'all see how I feel when I talk about these Caucasian coaches. They get time to fail and make it up. They get time to have a bad season. And a bad season in the SEC is not winning the championship. They get chance after chance. But let that be a black coach. You got 2 seasons top. If you can't get us to the playoffs, you can't get us to the championship game, you out of here. LSU accidentally overpaid Tigers football coach Brian Kelly by $1 million during the first year of a 10-year, $100 million contract. But you can't make a mistake and overpay the plant workers, the people that work in the plants, and they got to work 6-7 days a week just to pay their bills. Just to have a normal life, they have to work 7 days a week. But you can pay underachieving coach $100 million. But you can't overpay the teachers. They go get their degrees to be teacher and they qualified, but they still struggling. So they got to get second jobs just to be a teacher and deal with them badass kids. But you can't overpay the black people that go to college, get their degrees and actually in their field, but they still don't make the same money as the other people. You can't overpay them and they qualified. Matter of fact, they overqualified, but you can pay an underachieving coach. And not just that, it's people from Louisiana who want to stay home, but they have to move to places like Texas, Virginia. They have to move up north just to make money because the truth is you can't really make no money in Louisiana if you don't have a trade or, something like that. They have to move to a different state, but you can't make a mistake and overpay them. You know what you're doing when you pay them, right? Even when it comes to fixing the roads, you can't fix the roads in Louisiana, but you can pay an underachieving, sorry-ass coach $100 million. And look, I'm going to be real. They should have kept Coach O, but they had to pay him $7 million just to quit. After having the greatest team ever in college football in 2019, just because he had another losing season, they get rid of him. And that's the problem. They wanted to compete with Nick Saban. Nick Saban was winning championships. They wanted to compete and just switch up coaches. It don't work like that. You have to stick with the coach that you have through the good times and the bad times. Now, in my opinion, LSU in trouble because Brian Kelly is not going to win you a championship. Brian Kelly has never won a championship in his coaching career. Now, LSU is trying to keep up with Nick Saban. Now, look at Nick Saban, retired, the greatest coach of all time. He's having fun. He's laughing. He's showing his true personality. Now, look at LSU. You're struggling. You're going backwards. But this the cold part because I just learned this. They had the nerve to steal from HBCU and claim it as their own. So back in 2004, LSU won a national championship. Southern also won a championship. So they decided to have a victory parade together. And see, LSU heard Southern play a song called Neck. And after LSU heard them play that song, LSU went on to claim that they are the originators of their song, never giving Southern their acknowledgement for even hearing that. And I think even on a video game, they got LSU band playing the song. Not even Southern band. They got LSU playing it. And this how cold the game gets. LSU even stole their cameo chant song. So if y'all was watching the game when LSU played Alabama, you could look this up on YouTube. They had a chant and they said it while the college game day was on. It was like, suck this Tigers, D-I-C-K with the B word. And they said that on live TV. But everybody thought that LSU created this chant. They only changed the words. It was actually Southern. They got this from Southern University. There has been chatter that the SWAC may have played it first. But in 1984, according to Wright Jenkins, the impact of Neck belongs to Norfolk State Spartan Legion. So the band song Neck being a part of the HBCU community, LSU took the song. Now they play it. They don't acknowledge nobody. They act like they created it. They act like the originators. And this is why I always say Caucasian people, this is why I got to always hold them accountable because they always stealing something and say they are the founders. Anytime you hear in history books or anything, when you hear them say, oh, so-and-so founded this, no. So-and-so discovered this, no. It was already discovered. It was already founded. They just put their stamp on it. They just do what they do. They lie and steal. So you got the audacity to steal from HBCUs and try to create it as your own because you can't create anything. But you also got the audacity to still fly Confederate flags at your games. But see, in life, the tables do turn. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all can steal from black people. Y'all can barely pay us. It's cool. But those tables turn. And check this out. The Southern Jags crowned SWAC West championships over the weekend with a 6-1 conference record and 7-4 overall record. Still can win a SWAC championship. Now, y'all remember I said Brian Kelly got paid $100 million and he hasn't done anything. He hasn't won a playoff game ever. He hasn't won a playoff game since he been at LSU. Terrence Graves, the Jaguars coach, is tentatively expected to earn $250,000 a year as a base salary over 3 years, according to the Southern University Board of Supervisors documents. So time out. You got a coach that's winning. You got a coach that can go to the SWAC championship still. You got a coach who just won his conference. And he's only getting paid $250K over 3 years? But you can pay an underachieving coach $100 million, $95 million every year. And in Louisiana, $95 million, man, you might as well say that's $1 billion in Louisiana because the cost of living is low. You can really have anything you want with $95 million, and you can't win a playoff game. And this when I started doing my research really on LSU because when they played Alabama, and before the game they had the college game day, and they had that chant. I'm like, wait, I've never heard this come from LSU. So I did my research. I was talking to some people because a lot of my family graduated from Southern University, and they told me, yeah, LSU stole that chant. They only switched up a few words. And they made it worse. Suck this Tiger's D-I-C-K-B word. And I want y'all to go back to watch that game. In the third quarter, they was leaving. Matter of fact, not just leaving. Before they left, they started throwing bottles on the field. They was throwing beer bottles, water bottles, items, everything on the field. And this the crazy part. Even Governor Landry, people don't like him. Even Caucasian people don't like him. So you know when the Caucasians don't like you and you one of them, something wrong, buddy. This dude, Governor Landry, had the audacity to bring a tiger on the field before the game inside of a cage. And he thought that they was going to sit well with people. It didn't. They went off on him. Matter of fact, they still talking bad about him. Don't nobody want to see a tiger inside of a cage, dog. You don't have to go that far. Just put the old cheap ass mascot on the field. Let him dance. Do what he do. We don't need to see a tiger in a cage, bro. But like I tell you, with Louisiana, they love seeing animals and they love seeing black people inside of cages. They need it. It thrives them. They need to see that. And then I start thinking, I'm like, wait, the stadium name is Death Valley. And this year they right, because now it's dead. You're not ranked. You're about to lose the number one quarterback in the country. You're losing recruits. You're losing your swag. You're losing your aura. And see, I love Louisiana. I was born and raised. But I'm going to tell you something. When football is not doing well, man, Louisiana's not a fun place to be. When football is not thriving, man, it's not fun to be there. So great job to the Southern Jaguars, man. And me, I love the originator. I love people who can create something. So shout out to the whole HBCU community, man. And to the LSU fans, I love when the tables have turned. I'm out.